There aren't many YouTubers who can absolutely demolish a truck and still have millions of people cheering for more, but somehow Whistlin Diesel has made it an art form. He's the guy who looks at a brand new, expensive vehicle and thinks it would be fun to drive it through a building. Spoiler alert, it's always chaos and people love it. Cody Detweiler, the man behind Whistlin Diesel, grew his account from 0 to 10 million. Grew up in rural Indiana, surrounded by trucks, tractors, and heavy machinery. His family had deep roots in farming and construction, which meant he spent his childhood around big machines and learning how they worked. That background gave him the skills and the guts to push vehicles to their absolute limits. Instead of just fixing or maintaining them like everyone else, he started wondering what would happen if he broke them in the most extreme ways possible. Back in 2015, he started posting videos of trucks doing truck things. Mud, off-roading, and a few stunts here and there. Nothing too crazy. But then he figured something out. People didn't just want to see trucks in action. They wanted to see them get absolutely obliterated. That's when things really took off. One of his first viral moments was when he took a Ford F-250 and saw just how much punishment it could take. He jumped it, drowned it, and even set it on fire. Instead of fixing it, he just kept going, and the internet couldn't get enough. The crazier it got, the more people watched. Just like that, he carved out his own insane lane on YouTube. His experiments kept getting wilder. He slapped metal. None of it made sense. But that was the point. People watched because it was simply too satisfying to see those expensive cars being crushed to a pulp. As his audience grew, so did the scale of his playfulness as he started messing around with tractors, jet skis, and even planes. One time, he drove a 6-figure truck through a cornfield just to see what would happen. That one got him into some trouble, but it only made him more popular. Love him or hate him, people couldn't stop watching. By 2021, he was known as the guy who would absolutely wreck anything. But then he took things to a whole new level. He got his hands on a Ferrari, and treated it like a farm truck. He drove it through mud, crushed it under another vehicle, and basically turned a dream car into scrap metal. That video became an instant classic. Not everyone liked this, as some people couldn't stand watching expensive cars get trashed, calling it wasteful or just plain dumb. But Whistlin Diesel wasn't fazed. He paid for everything himself, so if people didn't like it, they could scroll away. His fans ate it up. He wasn't out to impress anyone. He was just doing what he loved. In 2022, he cranked it up again. He turned a truck into a jet ski, attempted to drive a giant tractor on water, and even made a vehicle with square wheels somehow move. Nobody else was doing this stuff, and that's exactly why people kept coming back. They didn't want perfect builds, they wanted total chaos. One of his wildest stunts involved taking a lifted truck and attempting to drive it on pure ice, watching as it skidded uncontrollably before inevitably breaking through. Another time, he built a ridiculous monster truck setup with wheels so massive that it barely fit on normal roads, just to see how it would handle daily driving. Whether it's launching vehicles off ramps, burying them in deep mud pits, or seeing how much weight a car can carry before it collapses, Whistlin Diesel keeps raising the bar on insane experiments that nobody else would even consider attempting. It hasn't all been fun and games though. In early 2021, a bullet ricocheted off a metal plate and hit him in the head. He got lucky and walked away with just a minor injury. But it was a reminder that his stunts weren't just for laughs, they were risky. Instead of stopping there as anyone would have done, our boy went into beast mode. By 2023, he scaled up his stunts. He quickly realized what the audience craved for when they consumed his awe-inspiring acts. He started building crazy custom rides, trucks with tank tracks, boats that could drive on land, and just about anything that sounded impossible. His audience's appetite had been whetted for more wild stuff, and he was ready to cook for them. Through it all, Whistlin Diesel has kept it incredibly real, with no fake reactions, no stage pranks, no following trends. Just raw chaos that seemed to stir up a hitherto unknown facet of the audience. That's what makes him different. He's not trying to be like anyone else, he's just doing what he thinks is cool without giving a heck about what purists or car lovers think. Whether people love him or hate him, they can't ignore him. His YouTube journey has also been marked by a few feuds. He has had run-ins with other content creators who disagreed with his destructive methods, often leading to heated exchanges online. Some YouTubers criticized him for wasting valuable machines, while he fired back, pointing out that he was giving the audience what they wanted. One notable feud involved a rival YouTuber who built and customized cars, only to watch in horror as Whistlin Diesel destroyed similar models. The two went back and forth throwing shade here in videos videos and social media posts, but in the end, it only fueled more interest in both their channels. Despite his wild stunts and controversies, Whistlin Diesel remains one of YouTube's most unique creators. His content continues to evolve, and with his fearless attitude, there's no telling what he'll do next. Fans eagerly await each new upload, knowing that whatever happens, it's going to be unforgettable.